17-year-old Carmelo Anthony has officially been charged with first-degree murder in the state of Texas in the killing of Austin Metcalf. Even though he's only 17, they have decided they will be trying him as an adult. With this first-degree murder, this carries life in prison in Texas. Them charging him with first-degree murder is significant because in the state of Texas, one of the predicates for first-degree murder is premeditation, and the prosecution feels fairly confident that they can get that conviction. Now, this case has sparked a lot of controversy, race baiting, and hatred all across the internet. But when it comes to the courtroom, all of those social media warrior comments are going to be irrelevant when it comes down to the letter of the law. And Carmelo Anthony already confessed multiple times to law enforcement. And personally, after reading the police reports and the witness statements, I think he's cooked, and the prosecution does too. In fact, it takes a lot to get a first-degree murder conviction, so the fact that they're going for that means that they feel they can definitely get it. But what do y'all guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments.
All right, what's happening, gang? I just wanted to jump in here and chime in, one good time. This is CB's Reactions. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. On your way in, can you possibly hit that like button for your boy? Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below, however you're feeling about this situation. No matter how you feel, comment down below. Let's talk about it. Hit that notification bell so you'll be made aware of the next video that I'm dropping, baby. And also, man, leave some advice down there on topics that you guys want to discuss or videos that you would like for me to be putting out in the near future. So without further ado, I just wanted to jump into, some of the opinions that's out there floating around on TikTok and, YouTube and what have you about the whole Carmelo Anthony and the Austin Metcalf situation that happened in Frisco, Texas at a track meet. If you guys haven't heard, I'm pretty sure you have, is a very controversial situation that's taking place. But Carmelo Anthony on this side, the left side right here in front of us, and Austin Metcalf, the kid on the right side of us, who got into an altercation at a track meet that was held at Frisco, Texas, one of Frisco, Texas ISDs. Unfortunate. It was unfortunate what took place that they are pursuing. But at this point, you guys are caught up. Let's get into the video and see what else is going on.
Now, the media is being dishonest about this situation, Art. The media is claiming that this was a one-to-one fisticuff between Hunter, and Carmelo. I'm going to say between one of the brothers because I keep getting the names mixed up. I believe it was Hunter, and I do want to say rest in peace to him. My condolences to his father, his family. Nobody deserves to lose a child. Black, white, red, yellow, or brown, nobody deserves to lose a child, not at that age, regardless of who fault it was. I'm sorry they lost their child. Condolences to the family. So R.I.P. Hunter comes and engages Carmelo with his brother Austin. Hunter and Austin tell Carmelo, "You're under the wrong tent. Get from under the tent." Carmelo says, "I'm just trying to stay dry or get dry. Leave me alone." Hunter, rest in peace, smacks the phone out of Carmelo's hand. He smacks the phone out of his hand, and the other brother, Austin, allegedly, goes to get his book back. Now, Art, I want to put this in perspective for you, Art. Carmelo Anthony is 160 pounds. Rest in peace, Hunter is 225-pound football player. Hunter is nearly 60, 70 pounds heavier than Carmelo by himself. But he was not by himself, Art. Hunter was with his brother Austin. Austin is around Hunter's size as well. So what you have in this situation, Art, is a 160-pound skinny black boy minding his business. And here comes two racist white boys who decide that they're going to remove this black boy from their tent with force. So you got to ask yourself something, Art. If I'm a 160-pound black boy, two white boys in racist Texas, both of whom are 60 to 70 pounds heavier than me, they come to accost me physically, knock my phone out my hand, try to grab my bag, try to throw me out. The media is making you think it's only one. But guess what, Art? I've been text messaged by eyewitnesses. I have received text messages from eyewitnesses. And you know what they told me, Art? They said both brothers tried to jump Carmelo. Both brothers tried to jump Carmelo. This was not a one-on-one fight. It was 2-on-1, but Austin doesn't want to tell the truth because if he tells the truth, Art, that helps Carmelo to establish his right to stand his ground. In the state of Texas, Art, you have the right to stand your ground. You know what that means? That means you have no duty to flee when you are approached by somebody trying to harm you. In the state of Texas, you do not have to run. In the state of Texas, if somebody is approaching to harm you, you have no duty to run. And if you feel that your life or safety is in imminent danger, you have a right to defend yourself, to include using deadly force. So when you hear people say, why didn't he run? First of all, it was raining. So I assume the ground was wet. These two boys, troublemakers, respectfully, but they were troublemakers. They were athletes, so I'm sure they could run as well. But more than that, Art, Texas's stand your ground law did not require Carmelo to run. He had a right to stand and defend himself. And I'm going to say that if I am Carmelo Anthony's lawyer, I am arguing to the jury. My client felt that his safety was in imminent threat, that he felt he was about to be harmed by two football playing brothers, both of whom weighed 60 to 70 pounds more than him, and with a combined weight, Art, of nearly 500 pounds. A combined weight, these two brothers, Austin and Hunter, of nearly 500 pounds against this one skinny 160-pound black boy, Carmelo. Under those circumstances, Art, I believe that he had a right to stand his ground. If I'm 160 pounds and two football playing brothers with a combined weight of more than 400, nearly 500 pounds are coming to jump me, and I'm only 160 pounds, and I'll warn them, touch me again and see what happens. He's warning them, Art. He's warning them. I don't want no trouble. But if y'all think y'all going to hurt me and do damage to me, I'm going to do whatever I can to protect myself. And according to the law, Art, he was within his right to do so. I don't think he intended to kill the brother. I think he just intended to jab him so he would back off. But when you are afraid, when you are scared, when you are timid, when you are fighting for your life, Art, you will do anything. How many women have shot and killed domestically abusive husbands and didn't do it on purpose? How many women have shot and killed domestically abusive husbands, but they didn't do it on purpose? They did it out of fear that I need to act before he acts. And if I miss, I might die. He could have been beat to death that day, Art. Carmelo Anthony could have been beat to death that day, and instead he chose to stand his ground. So what's the problem then, Art? Why are white folks all up in arms over this? Y'all wasn't up in arms when Breonna Taylor got murdered. Y'all wasn't up in arms when Trayvon got murdered. Y'all wasn't up in arms with Freddie Gray or Philando Castile or Tamir Rice or Sandra Bland. Y'all wasn't up in arms with Amir Locke.
Joe Brown came out with a statement regarding his thoughts on the Carmelo Anthony case, and to all those YT supremacists that jumped in my live and said I was a terrible law student because I was one of the first creators to tell y'all that Carmelo Anthony was actually robbed under the Texas Penal Code 29.02. But since you won't listen to me, let's see if you listen to an official judge.
And they try to take it again from him. That's a robbery. In other words, the taking of the property of another by use of force or violence. He resisted the robbery, which is a felony, and that would morph the whole thing, the killing, into a felony murder situation. If you have a felony murder thing, the people who implemented the underlying felony become responsible for the consequences. For instance, if there is a proprietor, a manager, or an employee in a liquor store, and some people come in to hold up the liquor store, and there's a shootout, and one of the bullets fired by the proprietor, the manager, or an employee miscarries and kills an innocent person on the sidewalk. Well, under the felony murder thing, the employee, manager, or whatever is not charged with the homicide. The people who are charged with the homicide are the ones that started the robbery. So in this case, you have a party that starts a robbery. 2, allegedly, you have a killing that results by the would-be victim of the robbery. So what happens is, under the felony murder theory, the person that's charged with the homicide and the robbery is the survivor. In this case, one of the would-be, should-be co-defendants to the robbery, if that's the way the case is cast. The whole thing about the $1 million bond is absolutely ridiculous, because under the Fifth Amendment, bonds shall be reasonable, and reasonable has been interpreted for the last 230 years by the U.S. Supreme Court and most appellate courts as meaning simply enough to ensure that a person shows up until the charges are disposed of. No.
All right, so y'all, I'm gonna just go ahead and cut the video right here because due to some technical difficulties, I lost my my volume on the end of the commentary of the video and the rest of the video as well. But we will be doubling back with an episode 2 about this situation and the opinions of others, you know, and what they think about this situation, how they think the case is going to go. Is Carmelo going to be vindicated for his actions, or you know, will Austin Metcalf and you know, who's ever on that side of the aisle, you know, be vindicated for the actions that Carmelo took upon, you know, Austin Metcalf? But however it turns out, you know, I just hope that, you know, future generations, or you know, the youth of now, take this into consideration and think, you know, before you make or before you jump into actions like this, because you know, unfortunately, man, you know, they could have some devastating consequences that comes along with this, like you missing out on the rest of, you know, your life on the streets or free. But yeah, man, y'all hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell for the next video, man, because we will be doubling back, like I said. And yeah, until next time, subscribe. This is CB's Reactions. We out of here.